Race fans, welcome to our sixth and final round of our 2025 SRAM Downhill Southeast Series Snowshoe Bike Park. I'm Rich with the Gravity Co-op, and we're excited to bring you all of the action as the weekend unfolds. Beach Mountain's notorious rock garden rattled even our most seasoned pros. Fast rocks, fast turns, and fast jumps all led to an exciting finish, leading up to our final showdown as we chase these high elevations and cooler summer temps. The trail crew here continues to keep our riders sharp with some new lines, giving our finals a spicy send-off. The longest course of the season, this track is the hallmark test of speed, skill, and endurance to find out who can put it all together for that top podium spot. Callie Stewart holds on to a tight lead as our series points leader, but she's in Logar home territory. And with Raina's past results here, Callie has her work cut out for her if she wants to lay claim to victory of our pro women's overall in her first season. In the men's, Colin McKellia has a commanding lead, but Nick Fraser's first place finish at Beach puts him hot on his heels in second, with dark horse David Kahn, one of the most consistent fast guys on the circuit, lurking in third and ready to upset. Home to a number of World Cups, this classic venue is a true test of elite level riding. So let's head down to the pits and check in with our riders to get their take on this benchmark track in USDH.
So we're back out here at Snowshoe Mountain for the Downhill Southeast finale. Round 6 is here on Western Territory, 1.5 miles long, 1,500 feet of vertical. What these guys are used to seeing out here at Snowshoe. A little bit of moisture to start out the weekend, and the track's getting fast.
Coming out of the start gate, the dirt holds really good. You got the first drop, which just pedal and float over. And then the second one come into, and there's roots and ruts and just like a nice float over. You can be super fast on track, and then you gotta slow it down to get in those technical rock sections and put your front tire where it needs to go. It gets interesting when you get in the middle. It's all fresh stuff. We got rocks popping up. You got doubles, triples that you could pull. Everyone's doing different lines.
In split 2, there is a really gnarly new loam chute, and then it spits you out back onto the bike park trail, and then there's a couple more switchbacks, and then you go out to this brand new open section, which is super cool. You got like a couple doubles you can do, and it's just such a fun straightaway. You try and go no brakes. It's super fun, and it's super fast, super flowy.
And then once you go over that bridge, I mean, you're seeing some people gap it, some people pump it. It's very similar to a moto track. Really just trying to keep the wheels in the rut, whatever rut you find is best for you. It's carnage, man.
Dude, I gotta stop talking in the hard parts.
I'm loving it, not just because it's something new, but it's a little more technical. At first glance, it looks pretty simple. It's wide open, but there's some line options, and there's ways to straighten it out or smoothing out turns. And you even got an option with the last feature, whether to hit the rock or go around it. It's going to be interesting to see which combinations of lines are faster.
Hey race fans, I'm Sean Grizz McClendon. We've got a special guest commentator for Pro Women's Finals today. It's Missy Giovi, the one, the only. Missy, you've been here all weekend coaching on the side of the track. What's going on out there?
The Snowshoe Rabbit is off the chain. It's super fun. It's slidey, it's slippery, it's good times, it's super tech, and you get all the kids here pistoling out for the final.
They're so fast these days, aren't they?
Bro, they're lightning. They're lightning on little spaceships. It is unreal. Yeah, it's so much fun to watch, and it's so much fun to be a part of.
Well, let's take a look at pro women's points coming into the final round. We've got Callie Stewart in first place. In second place is Raina Logar with 180, and Erin Goldwyn in third with 167 points. We can see here the battle is really Callie Stewart versus Raina Logar. Missy, my question for you is, if you're Callie Stewart, how are you approaching the day?
Callie's sitting pretty decent. I'm not saying she checks up, because it never feels good to be totally checked up, and minus, you can't really even do that on this course. You have to pretty much ride aggressively to get down this course in one piece without falling too hard. Maybe she saves a little bit and gets down clean, because it looks like if she's top 6, she's going to be in for the win, right? And Raina, I think she has to go for the win. I think she's going to have to throw the gauntlet down, so I'm going to put my money on Raina for the win.
When we take a look at the qualifying times for our pro women, we see Maylee Lanaugh has made a statement and the battle between Callie Stewart and Raina Logar is on. Both Callie and Raina well within touch, but they have Maylee to contend with, and we know Maylee Lenal can be a points disruptor. If she's able to sandwich herself in between Callie and Raina, with Raina out front, this could be a good shakeup for the overall points.
This can be epic.
Our hot seat rider is Aaron Golwin, riding for Fresh Bikes, Jared's Place in Profile Racing. And we're going to get a look at the track, take a look at these conditions. Missy, what are you seeing?
Dude, she's coming out of the gate pretty hot. She's having a nice, leaning into it. Looks pretty good. Looks like she's not trying to be too tight. It's how you have to ride this course for sure. She's doesn't look like she's trying to set the world on fire, but just carry her speed everywhere. She'd be smooth.
This is the longest track of the season, so probably a good move to just take your time, build into the race run. It was looking pretty dry, definitely compared to practice and seeding day up at the top half, but look at these woods. They're still pretty wet. Looking pretty grippy, though, Missy.
Yeah, it's the top half, I think, is a lot grippier than, the bottom. It's just deeper in the woods. Has less sunlight, and I think the top gets more wind. So I think the top was drier when I was on the course than the bottom, and all that new soil is getting dragged onto those rocks at the on the downside. Yeah, it's a little bit of a huck and buck right here. A little bit of a pump and grind for her to get down here.
No kidding. That rock garden is a lot more heinous in real life than it looks on camera, but Erin Golwin keeping it smooth. She's got a nice steady run going. Good flow, good exit speed out of the corners. And like you said earlier, she's not overcooking this run. She's just riding her own race at her own pace, and she's a 2:04.5 at split one. Pretty solid time.
Yeah, she looks solid. She looks like the bottom half of this course, you have to save some energy for because it's very difficult. And, she's having a nice smooth run, looking loose, trying to get through those slow parts and just carrying her speed everywhere.
Yeah, Missy, what are some of the keys to those flatter, rooty rock gardens? Is it just charge it as hard as you can and hope it works out, or do you just kind of go with the flow of the day?
Yeah, if it was me, I don't like to spend a lot of time on skatey stuff. I feel like the faster you get over it, the more your front wheel comes back underneath you again, and you have less of a chance of sliding out. So especially on the, losing your front end. So I say pin it to win it. And in that flat rock garden, I'd say go in there as hot as you can and push into things and jump over as much as you can and get light over those roots that look like a snake pit.
Well, we just saw Erin Golwin go through the steepest bit of the track. That's been on riders' minds all weekend, and she's a 4:02.02 at split 2, back into the dry, open piste. We saw Erin go through a little bit of a water crossing, so that's where mud is starting to cake on the tires. And, yeah, Missy, talk about that, the mud caking up on your tires. How much of an issue is that here at Snowshoe?
They had a couple new loamy sections that were so much fun, and we did get some pretty heavy rain. And, there was some mud coming out of the chute that was going across one of the fastest sections, and it was pretty harrowing. You had to pretty much just be okay, let's go, and be okay with your front end kind of sliding around, and you're pretty pinned in that section, and it's steep. So she looked great in the jumps. I think that's definitely her strong suit in this East Coast racing here. We have a lot of roots and rocks, and it's pretty nasty.
Erin Golwin coming into the finish line. She's going to set the pace at a 5:14.88. Not going to be as fast as the fastest seeding time we saw yesterday set by Maylee Lenal, but respectable ride nonetheless.
Yeah, she looked great. I think that's a solid ride for her. She looked super smooth.
Yeah, she just kept a steady pace from top to bottom. She made a couple mistakes in that flat rock garden, kind of lost some pace, but she got back up to speed. And
yeah, it's good. She's a fighter, She didn't quit after that. She set in, got a nice pace going. Raina.
Back to the top for Raina Logar. She ran a 4:55 and change in seeding. And like you said earlier when we were going over the points, she's got nothing to lose. She's just got to hang it all out today and try to get that win.
Yeah, she looked good, Grizz. She just whipped it off the road gap. She's whipping it here. She's going to be on a heater. I think, I like the way she's looking right now. I hope she has a good day and throws down here and gets the win.
The Gravity Collective rider looking sharp up top here. She's carrying good pace into these first bit of woods. Plenty of traction for Logar. And yeah, Missy, she's just been having a strong season. She's really been battling with Callie Stewart on the podiums. Hasn't got a race win this year, which, to be honest with you, I found surprising because Raina is definitely capable.
Yeah, well, if she's going to win it, this will be the race for her to win it because she can possibly take the overall if something happened.
Yeah, and she is
She looks good
local-ish.
there. Yeah, that's a rough section for her to look in, and her bike's looking smooth, too.
Yeah, Raina just made that look as easy as you can. And look at the pace she's carrying here. She's really building some speed, charging these berms.
Yeah, she's got some good pump going on. Up here's that nasty garden.
Wow, 11.11 seconds up at split one. So this is looking good for Raina Logar. And this section is just absolutely brutal. If Raina's going to go chopping wood through there, I mean, anybody. I couldn't do it any better than that. I mean, Missy, that's probably the hardest flat section on the track. Would you agree?
Yeah, and she was like she ended up being smart. She geared up for herself, so she was kind of like was able to ratchet a little bit and then throw some pedals in there. If you dump your speed in there, which is pretty much like 9 out of 10 times you do, that's as best as you're getting through it. She looks awesome right here. This is awesome.
Raina absolutely putting on a charge in the steepest bit of the track here.
That was gnarly. Yeah, let's go, Raina. That was fuego. She's on a heater right there.
Getting some cranks here. So, Missy, do you think it's more advantageous to kind of pump and carry flow, or, because it's also difficult to pedal. You're going to risk striking a rock. You could break a crank, break a pedal. Well, what's the time? My goodness, 22.58 seconds up at split two. This could be Raina's day, Missy.
Yeah, she's on a heater. She looks really, really good. She's charging everywhere. She's being aggressive. She's pedaling when she can. And she's coming in a section that's pretty hot for the conditions. It's really slippery. It's a lot more slippery. Look at her sliding out right there. It's a lot more slippery than you think.
Yeah.
Like, she just drifted into that corner.
Yeah, easy to throw it away. Those roots, they're not really tall, but they can certainly put you on your face in a hot second, right?
There's sniper roots everywhere, trying to just waiting to take you out. That's how that goes. She looks awesome.
Yeah, Raina doing a good job mixing pump. She's braking early into these corners, not overcooking anything. And, pedaling where she can. You can tell by the cadence. Right here, she's just on the gas. But in some of those Rocky Rudy sections, she just had to get on the chops. And 26.98 into the green.
All right.
447.9. That is within touch of the fastest time we saw in seeding by Meili yesterday. So this could be Raina's day.
That was a hot run. I'm stoked for her. It's a long course and it was wet everywhere, and she had a charge on the entire time. Not easy to do. Her bike looks good too. Look, it's working awesome.
Well, let's take it back to the top of the mountain. This is Callie Stewart riding for BGR, Mondraker, Olin's, Monster Army, and Pedro's.
Ooh.
And Missy, this is our points leader. So she's got to throw down a good run today. She doesn't have a whole lot of wiggle room. She's got a cushion, but she needs to be in the mix.
This girl looks like lightning in a bottle too. I mean, I was on trackside at practice. I was on course, but I didn't get to see full runs. These girls are lighting it up. She's on a tear too. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, here she goes. Oh boy.
Yeah, Missy, Callie has 3 race wins under her belt this season at Downhill Southeast, so she's looking to go for 4 and clinch the overall all in the same day.
Yeah, she made that section look real keen, man, just real clean, and it wasn't easy to do. She's got nice braking finesse. Here she goes. What she's going to do in the rock garden.
Coming in about as fast as we've seen on the day.
What? Okay, let's go. Yeah, she just rolled through that like a nice little steamroller. She just went through there real nice, real light. Not hard on her equipment.
Yeah, Callie just really floating, getting good pump, back on the pedals. 0.07 in the green, so it is tight, but she is right where she wants to be. And uh-oh, coming unglued, Missy.
Yeah, that's that nasty little section, and her bike's eating it up, though. I mean, she did a good job getting back on the charge, getting back on the pedals. I'm glad she saved that. That's never comfortable, like slow crashing a bunch of gnarly, sharp rocks.
No thanks. Yeah, I've got too much scar tissue that can't hold up to that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm good on it.
For sure.
All right, here comes Callie Stewart into the steepest part of the track, getting loose, holding it together.
Dude, oh my God, wow. She's loose as all get out. Here we go.
Front wheel dancing from tape to tape.
Foot out. Let's go. Okay, she's on fire too. She just made mad recovery. I hope she's able to get her feet back in. Let's see where she's at here.
Callie Stewart looking to get her 4th race win and clinch the overall all in one run.
That section right there was like gets to be a little terrifying because all the mud gets drug on. Here she is.
Oh no, she lost some time.
Okay, so she's down 2.5 seconds right here.
That's a lot to pull back from here to the finish line. Do you think she can do it?
You know, yeah, maybe if you're just foot out, flat out, but. You know, her game plan should be to kind of like get a decent play. Oh, there she goes. Two-wheel drifting.
Oh, no.
She almost looks like she's got a flat, does she? No, she does not.
Nope, air in the tires. But yeah, she did kind of bog that corner. Oh, no.
What?
Throwing it away out of the tape. Callie Stewart is down. But is she out? She's got an overall to focus on. She's not going to get the race win, Missy, but she's got points. She doesn't have a whole lot of buffer between her and Raina Logar.
Let's go, girl. Get on it. There you go. She's back at it. She's a tiger. She's back at it. She's charging. She knows she's got to go. Good news is it looked like it didn't hurt her and that it was just kind of more like a bad fall in the mud. Let's go, Callie.
I mean, you got to think her headspace just shifted from, all right, I'm not going to win the day, but I got to win the overall now. 5:06.64, so 18.74 seconds back. That crash cost her some serious time. Is it going to be enough to clinch the overall, though? She is unsure. She really wishes that crash didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Callie was absolutely on fire from the top, from the gate, about halfway down. So loose in that steep chute, but just a good mix of precise control and just letting it hang out. Unfortunately, it didn't go her way right here. Oh, just front wheel deflection, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, that section was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, you can see those roots. They're not very tall, but enough to take you out.
I think her bike just unweighted, and when it unweighted, it just kind of slid her out.
That's it. We've got one to go. It's Mei Lee Lana riding for RKT Optics, TRP Racing, and Hand Up. So Mei Lee, she hasn't contended the entire series, but she posted the fastest seating time. And right now, Raina Logar in the hot seat. Callie Stewart had a crash, so this could be the points disruptor that Raina Logar needs for the overall, Missy.
This girl's riding smooth too. She's not riding as aggressive as the top two girls who are fighting for the title, but she's on a charge too. Here she goes. She's maybe starting to lean into it here.
Yeah, nice pre-hop.
Yeah.
That's going to set her up for good exit speed.
I haven't seen anybody come through here yet.
Dude, her bike looks good right there.
Yeah, Mei Lee just not having as much intensity as we just saw from Callie Stewart right here, but hey, this is a long track, and one that I think it would be beneficial to just build into your run, build speed, and just let the time work for you.
She's looking great in this section. She just all of a sudden like got genius in the rock garden. That must be her thing. Let's go.
Oh wow,
There
she
goes.
just had a big front wheel compression, but managed to carry some good speed out of that heinous rock garden, Missy.
Yeah, she just carried. I'm like very impressed. She carried a lot of speed in that rock garden. There you go. She's attacking more the second half of the race. She's building momentum, eh?
Oh my goodness, is she building momentum?
Woo!
She's 4.68 into the green and making this horrible Rocky Rudy Garden look better than we've seen all day. So she's likely going to extend her lead, barring any disaster in the steep chute or that tricky Rudy section that took out Callie Stewart.
Yeah, you know what? She's a smooth rider, so she's deceivingly fast. Like now that I see her in the smooth section, and I was like, yeah, she's cooking in the other section. Now, here we go.
Foot out, just taking it easy. Hey, she can just hold it together, opting for a unique line. Maybe that worked out. She just wanted to scrub some speed and maybe hit the little panic button, dropping the foot. I certainly have done that a time or two in my lifetime.
Girl. Yeah, she kept it together. That was rough. I don't know how she actually kept that well together with her foot out like that for a pretty extended period of time. It's pretty steep right there. She must have just weighted her bike well. She kind of pushed back, it looked like.
She could have been actually, because I've done this, I know this from experience racing, the old Mount 7 psychosis. I actually drug a foot for brake because I wasn't slowing down with regular brakes, but she's extended her lead.
Woo.
So yeah, maybe that foot drag really made some time.
Yeah, little foot drag action because your brakes aren't good enough nowadays.
But this was also 20 years ago, so first generation Saints.
Yeah. They got better brakes now, bro. We're on the flyer. Look at these kids. Woo!
Wow.
She's cooking.
Yeah, that was good cutting and good exit speed out of that really tricky flat corner. Look at that nice wide setup. Squaring up on the roots.
She's feathering her brakes nice. She's not too hard on the brakes. Look at how good her bike's working.
Yeah,
she's on a tear, bro.
Flowing. She's flowing,
Yeah.
like you said, deceptively fast. Kind of like
Yeah.
old school Eric Carter, right? Never looked like he was
Yeah.
going fast, but he was always flying. And Lanaugh
That
is
was
going to
fuego.
go green.
What?
Green 10.05
What?
smashes the time, Missy. How
What?
about that?
Bro, that whole run was, like I said in the beginning, was so smooth. She didn't really look like she's going that fast, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, she's she's kicking with oil. Yeah, she looks awesome.
Yeah,
She,
just clean backside right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
just again, that's the deceptive pace. Those little
Yeah.
clean backsides, they start to chip away half second here, half second there.
She looked great. This in the rock garden section, she was clearly visibly going faster.
Yeah, she had that. She
Yeah.
square edged, smacked that pretty gnarly rock with her front wheel, but came correct real quick. And let's take it to our podium. Our pro women's podium: Callie Stewart in third, Raina Logar second, and Maylee Lanaugh taking the win at the final round of the 2025 Downhill Southeast.
Hi, it is my first time at Snowshoe. Seating went really well. I kept it pretty smooth. And my race run was super clean. I was really proud of myself. I was pushing my limit more than I thought I could. And I was going a lot faster than I wanted to in the bottom section, but I held it together. It was good.
Joining me now for pro men, I've got Mangler and Drew Hager in the booth. And guys, let's take a look at these pro men overalls as we come into the final round here at Snowshoe. As we see, we've got Colin McEllier in the lead. Right behind him is Nick Frazier and David Kahn, the Trail Terrier. He's in striking distance at 180 points. Guys, it is going to come down to Nick and Colin, whoever can hold up on the day. Colin, all he's got to do is execute a clean race run, get somewhere in the top 5, and he'll clinch the overall.
All right, and looking at our pro men's seeding results, you can obviously see that the points chase between Colin McEllier and Nick Frazier is going to be a tight one here at the Snowshoe race.
One racer that I'm interested to see drop in today is Austin Hazley. In his seeding run yesterday, heard a bunch of broken sounds coming from his bike as he made it down the hill.
Austin has been showing some pace this season. And Mangler, I agree with you. I'm excited to see if he can hold down a fast, complete run today.
All right, guys, let's get into watching this race.
Let's take it to our hot seat rider. It's Ryan Voigt riding for Full Face Mountain Bikes. You know Voigt is stoked to make the show, right, guys?
Yeah, he's been real close the past couple of races. He's been right there, just barely out of touch from getting in the show, so it's awesome to see him line up and throw down a heater for us.
Yeah, and seeing how much the track has dried out. Definitely this top half, it's running fast, blue groove. Ryan Voigt ran a 425 and change in seating. Safe to say he'll be able to shave off some time. We'll see where he can stack up. Yeah, he's managing these roots and these rocks up top. No big deal for Voigt.
Doing some little wiggles there in that fresh section.
Oh, boosting.
Yes.
Oh, that kind of cost him. He didn't quite catch clean backside. He unweighted and had to overbrake into that corner, but this rock garden, it is more difficult. Oh my goodness.
Wow,
what a save.
Threading the needle.
Yeah, I don't need to say anything about that rock garden. The proof is in the pudding. It's gnarly.
Kind of squared up that turn a little bit, lost a little bit there, but...
And setting the pace at split 1 with a 145.82. This is going to be the standard that we're going to look for the next few riders.
Yeah, Drew Voigt is running about 3 seconds faster than his seating split 1. So, I'm thinking this track is running around 5, maybe 5 to 6 seconds faster than it was in seating, just because it has dried up a little bit.
This entrance into the chute, a lot more deceiving to meets the eye.
Oh, yeah, you can see with Voigt's body English that it is no easy task to get through in that catch rut.
Throwing a foot out.
Got to use that kickstand sometimes.
Hey, it worked out for Maylee Lanaugh earlier in pro women's finals.
Split 2 with a 3:08.11. That's pretty good. How does that compare to his seating split 2 yesterday, Grizz?
He's knocked off a ton of time. He ran a 3:22.7 in seating yesterday, so Voigt seriously picking up his pace for finals.
It'll be interesting to see how he approaches. Ooh, a little foot action there.
Yeah, that's an old school corner. You got to just square it up, and it's easy to make a big mistake and lose a ton of exit speed. So No fault of Voigt. At least he didn't go down, right?
Yeah, it looks like he went for the left line there on the last little split section there.
Yeah, avoiding some roots.
This all-new section of trail coming out opposite the lift. He goes with a time of 4:21.28.
Pretty impressive ride for Voigt. He ended up, I mean, his split 2 was most impressive, but he at the finish line was only 3 seconds faster than his seating time. So
he yanked on that jump though. That was proper.
Here we go. Austin Hasely out of Mooresville, North Carolina, riding for Extreme Gravity Racing. This will be the final of his rookie season here at Downhill Southeast. But he's a rookie in the pro class, and Austin Hasely he's got pace, he's got fitness. It's just been a matter of putting the puzzle together on finals day for him. Let's see if he can do it today.
Yeah, he's been real close at a bunch of races to breaking into that like top 8. Oh, he's going for the line over the rock there, the huck to huck.
And Austin being one of those bigger riders, those hucks, I mean, they really, really hurt when you're in the, I don't know what he weighs, probably about 180 to 190, somewhere in there. Fast race weight, but yeah, when you huck the flat, you're punishing your equipment.
It's a lot of weight to carry when you're keeping this momentum, and he's using that momentum really well in this rock garden.
Yeah, chose a really clean line through there.
Yeah, avoided some of those heinous square edges in that rock garden. Hasely carrying good pace on the cranks out of that berm.
That's the spot to really get on the power too.
And here at split 1, 1:40.03. That's almost 6 seconds faster than Ryan Buck.
Come on, Austin. Get on those pedals.
Yeah, Hasely looking good. He's putting in a solid charge. Minimizing mistakes, carrying really good pace. I like his intensity, but he's not overriding this track. So here he comes into the steep woods. Wow, it is slick.
He's keeping his composure here.
I was at this section yesterday when he came through on seating, and yeah, it's a wild one.
Yeah, it looks like the Snowshoe Trail crew came through and prepped that section with a little WD-40.
His bike is sounding a lot better than it did yesterday when he came through there, though.
Nice. Having a little bit of reprieve here before getting into the next rock garden.
Whoa, 10.88 into the green.
Yes, that's what we're here to see, Austin. Psyched on you, dude. Get on those pedals. Opted for the speed route over the top of the bridge there.
Good setup. Here's that tricky. Oh, nice. Nice drift. A good exit speed. I mean, that turn, it's a doozy.
It's almost like it stood the bike right back up.
Took the right line there, which has a little bit of a better exit out of it.
Yeah, Hasely doing a great job. Really built into this race run. What's his time going to tell us at the line? 4:08.10. That is a ripping time for Austin Hasely. I mean, hey, that's the fastest time on the weekend, guys.
Impressive, Austin. It's awesome to see him come down with a super clean run. Look at him just mashing through these rocks like it wasn't anybody's business.
Yeah, he really threaded the needle right here and avoided that huge square edge. A good execution. Back to the top, we've got McClure Bailey. Ran a 4:21 and change yesterday in seating. McClure riding for Mountain Training Systems, BC, Goggle Co., and Fox Racing.
Might be familiar with McClure from the Vital Course previews.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job on those. Not too much talking, but that's all right. It's a skill that is acquired over the years.
Took for that right line option in there. To that little fresh section.
Nice boot off the rock.
Yeah.
Caught a good backside on that.
Yeah, I think that's the move right there, catch backside. If you can't quite triple, it's not worth the risk to just kind of smash your front tire into that face of that third roller and unweight for the corner and over brake. And yeah, Bailey making clean work of this top half of the Snowshoe downhill track.
Catching good line on those turns.
All right, so he's back 2.6 seconds with a 1:42.7. Not too far off the pace, though.
I mean, he's still got a lot of more track left. He could pick up some more pace.
On a long course like this, absolutely.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job to manage that flat, rooty rock garden. I mean, that is between, I think that section and the steep chute, as we're about to see him drop in.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's going to cost him.
Oh, that's
the old announcer's curse. I set him up for a bobble. But he's getting through the crux. He's upright, so it's not over yet. He is in this race, boys.
Getting out of the turn section here. Going to start opening her up a little bit, letting her eat.
314.9. So he's back a few more seconds at 7.77.
The 777s for good luck.
Yeah, that is a massive margin to make up. I don't think he's going to be able to reel that in and take the hot seat from here to the line, but damage control, if he's able to shave off a couple of seconds, you know, that's gonna help up. Nice inside line.
Yeah.
Let's see what this does for him. Maybe he's going to
Good setup.
play some catch up here, kind of opting for that middle line. Whoa, big front wheel slip.
Little
Good
slick
recovery.
there.
I think this is one of those race runs where McClure will be able to look back on and actually gain a lot of lessons. He'll be able to kind of check his headspace and see maybe, whoa. Man, I'm just cursing this poor dude.
Hey, there he goes, throwing the horns. 415.5. Gonna go into second place.
Man, McClure. He's not had good luck in front of my camera this weekend.
Well, at least if you're going to go down after the finish line.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a great top half of this course. I mean, from top to middle,
Till the end.
yeah, it's just kind of came unglued.
He found that one rock to throw his foot off.
Yep.
Back to the top of the mountain, we've got Chris Liebig for Defiant Racing dropping in. He is capable of winning here at Downhill Southeast. He got a race win in 2024 over there at Massanutten, Virginia. And since then, Liebig, he's just had glimmers of hope. He's got plenty of pace. His fitness is right there. Again, kind of like Austin Hasely, I think just these younger riders are figuring out their racecraft, and we know Liebig is capable, so can he repeat, get towards the top of the box?
Yeah, a lot of these guys are on their consistency journey right now. They're trying to figure out how to keep things consistent and have repeatable results, not just getting lucky here and there.
You're working on that race maturity. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Liebig. Oh, look at that. He's
Backside.
unbelievable. Being a lighter rider, he just clearly showed what, he just put his body mass to work right there. That was the most effortless we've seen anybody come through that rock garden. Oh.
0.1 back, not too bad.
No.
What the camera can't see up there is this giant pond of a puddle that's throwing everyone off. So they come into this rock garden with like muddy and slippery tires as it is.
Liebig's just got to hold it together, get back on the rails here, build some pace. Just 1/10 back at split one. He is in this race. So, wow. Getting loose into the steep bit here.
Better entrance than we've seen yet.
Yeah.
Good intensity, good exit speed. I think that's pretty clean for Liebig through the steepest part of the track here.
This track took a bunch of rain on practice day. It's good to see that it dried up some, but there's always going to be some amount of moisture here at good old Mud Shoe.
The crazy thing here is like some of this mud will be like super slick and some super tacky.
So he's lost some time. 9.67 back at the 316.9.
Yeah, Liebig lost a lot of pace right after he crossed split one, and it certainly cost him.
Let's see how he approaches this turn. He's going for the wide. Squaring up.
Good. It's better to go slower into that corner so you can get some exit pace out. Oh, huge front wheel swap. Good recovery from Liebig. I think he's just hanging on here. His adrenaline is pumping.
You're almost there, Chris. Hold it together.
419.11. 11.02 back off the hot seat for Liebig.
He's not thrilled with it, but he's happy to get down.
Yeah, that shake of the head. He left some time out on the track, but I mean, he absolutely crushed this rock garden. This line, unbelievable. I think a rider like Austin Hasely, because I'm like Austin Hasely's stature, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Back to the top. This is Jordan Boulden riding for Gearworks Suspension, Loam Labs, and MTS. Boulden has just been climbing up in the overall all season, inside the top 10. all the way up into the top 5 as we come into the final round here.
Yeah, he's been putting in work this season. He's been working with Eric a lot on his suspension, so it's cool to see him, trying some new things and working on some stuff. He's carrying great speed down here into this like new fresh steep section.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing from Jordan's riding, I really like his knee articulation. Watch him, you see he's deflecting energy using his knees, keeping his upper body nice and centered on the bike.
Carried good distance off that rock booter there.
Yeah, it's cool to see he really drives through his knees.
Yeah, I saw that knee drive there as he approached the rock garden. That was pretty smooth through there, threading the needle.
Goulden hammering on the cranks, building up some pace here. Railing these berms. Yeah, he's looking like he's starting to cook with some fire.
143.02. That's almost 3 seconds back off the hot seat. Currently going to sit in 3rd place.
Carried good pace through there. Tried to floating a little bit.
Yeah, that section is nothing easy about it, right? So Boulden almost 3 seconds back at split 1. If he has a clean shoot here, he could probably shave off a second. But that time of Austin Hastley, like I said, it's the fastest time of the weekend thus far, so
it could very well hold for a while.
Yeah, the bar's definitely been raised. Boulden crushed the steep chute. He's looking really good. I really like this dude's style on the bike.
He's avoiding the puddles. He's nice and clean. 312.58 at split 2. That's 5.35 seconds back.
He's second, but he's leaked a little bit of a time, but he's still making good position. Oh, jumping the bridge.
Yeah, that was nice. It's tough to see where he's bleeding the time. It just could be little costly mistakes, little bobble like that, but still, I mean, that corner is just chewing people up. So as long as you can get through it and carry some pace, it seems like that's the best you can do on the day.
A little triple kickstand dab through there, kept him going good though. Carrying good speed through here in this final stretch. Hops for the rock drop.
413.82. Boulden goes second.
Not bad. He was able to maintain, bled a little time in the middle of the track, but really impressive riding nonetheless. I mean, this is a tough day to have a flawless race run. I'm not sure if we're going to see one. Back to the top. This is David Kahn for Pisgah Trail Company. He ran a 4:14 and change in seating. What can the Trail Terrier do for us today? He's 3rd place overall. You know he is just going to be going for the glory.
He was over here last night working on his bike and mentioned how he was hoping it would rain again overnight so he could have a wet, slippery track, because that's kind of what he thrives on.
To that point, Mangler, David was the only rider that was calm about the steep chute on practice day when it did rain and it was just greasy. It was one of those sections that everyone was talking about in the pits. Pretty anxious, pretty nervous about it, and David Kahn was just cool as a cucumber.
It's great for a rider like this to know what their strengths are and to know when to exploit them if they can.
I'll tell you what, I personally learned one of David Kahn's strengths is this dude bakes a mean chocolate chip cookie.
Oh yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Kahn's got some baking skills. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there.
All right, Dave, you got to prove that to us.
Scooting down through the woods there. Played it safe on the rock hut. Still carrying great speed through there, though.
Yeah, that was brilliant execution through that section. Just floated, hit his marks, had good braking.
Okay.
Nice.
Finding those backsides like Chris Liebig did.
Yeah, he didn't quite hit that big boulder as much as Liebig, but worked out for Kahn. He's carrying great pace.
.142.8 for Kahn. That's 2.8 seconds back off the hot seat.
Not too bad. Looking a little extra muddy on his side there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was maybe he had to dangle a leg or if he just maybe keistered the back tire. But I think David Kahn is going to excel in the steep chute to the lower bit to the finish line. So these lighter riders are going to be able to carry more pace through this steep chute and just really control it. And yeah,
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, he's
riding the back of the bike.
He is pumping down this thing. He's like, make it steeper and slipperier. Let's go.
Trail Terrier letting the frameworks bark.
Yeah, he's sniffing it out. This section right here is one of those spots in the mountain that's got the slippery turns.
Yeah, when it kind of flattens out. Ooh, lost a ton of time.
Slides back to 6th. The 321.09 at split 2.
Something must have happened off camera for David to lose that much time between split 1 and 2.
He opted for the wheelie across the top to pick up some more speed.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice power wheelie.
Using the bottom side of that rock to catch the tires.
With feet up, that was about as good as it gets. Woo, big front wheel deflection for David Kahn, but no big deal.
Carry him a little step down out of there.
Wow, he almost smacked that tree. That was close.
Rubbing shoulders with some foliage.
And off the rock to the finish. Kahn goes with a 421.35, sliding into 6th place.
Oh, he's flustered. Something definitely happened off camera that we weren't able to call, but Michelle Terrier, he'll get his day.
Oh, yeah.
He crushed this rock garden. I mean, him and Chris Liebig, hands down, have looked the best so far.
Yeah.
Good pop, putting the bike down in all the right places, not getting offline. Looks great.
And let's hear from our hot seat rider.
Seating run, a little sloppy. I went into the World Cup rock garden, broke my chain, strode down, tried the best I could, finished 9th. So I knew today I needed to pick it up, keep it smooth. So that's what I did.
To the top of the mountain, we've got William Arbogast riding for the Gravity Academy. My goodness, the Gravity Academy is just pumping out pinners year in and year out.
Yeah, William's kind of a snowshoe local. He spends a lot of time here, so we do expect him to see him on the sharp end of this race.
That's right, out of Morgantown, West Virginia. This is definitely his home mountain. Oh, boosting.
Looking steezy on there. Come on.
Yep, he's on home turf, and we can see it.
Yeah, he knows how slippery this mud gets and how to adapt to it.
Yeah, it's an interesting day here at Snowshoe where it's pretty dry blue groove up top, but it's certainly slick in most of the wood sections. But yeah, Arbogast looking comfortable here at home.
Yeah, like Missy was saying earlier in the broadcast about how the lower mountain tends to stay a little wetter than the upper section.
Yeah, this dirt really doesn't drain. Oh, look at that setup. Oh, my.
Nice.
That was rad. Oh, that was so good.
Pinballing through there.
He found like 3 new lines through there.
Oh, threading the needle between the trees. Good pace in and out of these berms, back on the cranks.
Always putting on some watts on this one.
We have a green split for Arbogast. 138.25, almost 2 seconds up.
There he goes. He's carrying great pace with that rock section.
Yeah, that's about the fastest we've seen it all day. Arbogast throwing down a heater here on home turf.
This section here is definitely like a pump track, and then it just sets you up to throw you down the steeps. He is also looking really good through here.
He's got that back wheel locked up going through there. I guess that's what you need to do to get down safe and sane, then so be it.
Oh,
it
no.
goes.
Arbogast is down.
Front wheel washout right in that little slight left-hand corner.
Good recovery. He's back up.
Yeah, he was on such a good run. My goodness.
He wasn't down for long, though.
No.
Oh, drifting around that turn. Come
Yeah,
on,
now
William.
he's just got to calm the nerves and get back on track. It's damage control here.
All right, still second place at split 2 with a 311.73.
Oh, what could have been for William, though.
Yeah, with 2 riders to go, he's fighting for a podium finish now. How's he going to handle this chicane foot out, slapping that rock?
Whoop-pow.
How many derailers do you think that rock chewed up this weekend?
I saw a lot of people rolling through the village with fresh SRAM derailleur boxes this weekend.
Yeah, I know in seating we definitely saw a lot of derailleur danglage. So I'm assuming that was the rock that was just sniping derailleurs.
It's pretty unavoidable. Let's see what he does here. Second place with 412.33.
Austin Haley's still holding it down.
Pretty impressive for Arbogast to throw down that quick of a time. He was just 1 second back on his seating time with a crash. And I mean, through these rocks, look at that sneaky kind of wide setup. going outside to inside, catching that slab rock as a transition. That was amazing riding. Back to the top, we've got our points leader. This is Colin McKellier out of Laguna Niguel, California, riding for J-Ride Bikes and Fluid Focus.
All right, no pressure, Colin.
But don't mess up.
Yeah, that's right, Colin. Go ahead and take your time, but hurry up. You've got a championship to clinch here. Yeah, Colin was looking quite serious all weekend.
I did get a high five from him on the bike path, though.
All right, you got him at a moment of just being a human. Yeah, no, you could tell Colin brought his game face to Snowshoe this weekend. And he is hauling the mail up top here.
See how he approaches this rock hook to flex section.
The SoCal rider. You know, Colin's really true to form. The SoCal riders have this kind of effortless fluidity to their riding. That's just kind of how you got to be. And McKellier, what's he going to do? Good execution. Different line through these rocks, but it certainly worked.
Well.
He was in and out in a hurry.
I would take that.
I feel like we've seen like 6 different lines through that rock section.
Yeah,
so
you're
far.
not kidding.
Sometimes the rocks don't give you choice. They just put you where they want you to go.
Oh, yeah.
He's up 1.39.38. Just over half a second up.
He's pumping those rocks, trying to get that speed going.
Yeah, I noticed he just missed that fat root that's running, perpendicular with the rider's tires. If he was just a half inch to his right, that could have ended his race run here. What's he got? Oh, just throwing some shale for Nick Frazier behind him.
Got to bring the trail with him. Foot out, flat out.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that was tactical. He just aimed for that shale rock, knowing Nick Frazier, who's on his heels, dropping in behind him. He's got an overall to win here. Whatever it takes, right? McKellier looking like he's got plenty of energy. You can tell at this point, your heart rate is just redlined. And yeah, McKellier just conserving energy, going for a tuck right there.
Yeah,
he's lost a little bit. He's back at 0.3 with a 3:07.54. Still in touch.
Yeah, I think he lost some time in that shoot and is just kind of getting himself collected. He's putting in a burst now. Yeah, kind of hanging up on that bridge a little bit.
Went for the full yank.
Fled out to that corner, getting a dab. So not the best exit speed, but not the end of the world. As long as you keep it up right there, you're in the race.
Woo.
Wow.
And sometimes in those wet, slippery sections, you can use that foot out to propel you a little bit more.
Exactly. The Australians have been doing it for decades. Oh, McKellier is absolutely loose.
He's up 0.9. He goes into first place with a 4:07.2.
Austin laid down a heater. And it took our boy Colin throwing down a hard one to step it up.
Yeah, McKellier almost threw it away here in this steep chute, but, he left that big slab of shale for Nick Frazier behind him. So, hats off to McKellier. He can do no worse than second place at this point, and that is going to be a good position for the overall. We've got one to go. This is Nick Frazier for Southern Gravity and Monster Army. He's going to look to go for his second race win of the 2025 season, fresh off a race win at Beach Mountain earlier this month. We know this is going to be an all-or-nothing kind of ride. Nick Frazier has nothing to lose. He wants to win the day and win the title.
This is one of my favorite riders to watch. He's got such an effortless style about him.
And intensity. He just rides with raw aggression, but makes it look great.
That left-hand turn back there with big rut in it, he just whipped through it like it was nothing. Pumping off that rock drop there, just pushing into it.
Nick Frazier dropping the hammer here on the top half of Snowshoe. Boosting. Oh, he gets it.
A full bike length farther than we've seen anybody else pull that.
And he was able to scrub speed, manage that corner. What's he got for us in these rocks? He is loose.
Yes.
Woo-wee.
Sneaking a pedal in there after the berm.
Yeah, Frazier's going for it. He's not holding back. He's throwing caution to the wind on this race run.
Oh my God, he's over a second up on Colin.
We've not seen that.
He came in pretty hot into this flat rock garden and roots. He's lost some exit speed, but he's got a little bit of time to play with here.
Into the pump track section.
Oh, and Fraser excels in this kind of terrain.
Oh, yeah. Boosting those little rollers.
Yeah, he's got such great fluidity about his riding. All right, he avoids that shale rock that Colin McKellier left for him. He went wide. He's letting it slide, dabbing a foot. He's gone. This is a great race run from Nick Fraser.
Sliding
He's
out
just
back there.
hanging it out.
Yeah, his momentum looks great. He's very well poised and composed on the bike. Love to see it.
Grabbing some cranks in this flat bit between these corners. He's going to splash down. I mean, he is just loose everywhere on this track.
Up again.
1.85. Way to go with a 305.69. Holding on to the first place position right now.
I mean, I think he's on pace to run about a 405 or under if he can hold it together here. Choking up early. Smart move.
Wide foot out.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yep, getting clipped back in. Took him a moment to find that pedal, but he's in. Everyone is just getting deflected on that route. I'm surprised we haven't seen more riders go down. Kind of folding into the bike right there. So Fraser showing a little bit of sign of fatigue, but it's going to happen. This is the longest track of the Downhill Southeast Series.
Oh, no! Tried to feeble grind the berm. Oh, he gets up, though, and he's moving.
What?
He only lost a second.
He was on the ground before the finish line.
Oh, man. It was a great run, and it didn't come out the way he wanted there at the very end, but you got to be impressed by only losing by a second there.
Yeah, with a crash and still go faster than your seating time. I mean, this was so awesome through these rocks. Just letting that back end step out, bringing it straight. It all just...
Oh, look out, Jack Rice.
Oh, man. He thumped his head pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his day.
And here's a look at our pro men's podium. Nick Fraser finishes third with that crash. Austin Hastley put it down to second place. And Colin McKellier grabs his first race win here at the last round of the 2025 Downhill Southeast season.
Yeah, it was a really good season. I love this series because the races are so well put together. You get to have a proper process through the weekend. I like having seating, a lot of practice, a lot of finals. Started off pretty strong in Rock Creek. Like, I could finish 8th, but I had some good splits there if I remember. And there's this, world-class field. So I kind of built the fire. I'm like, geez, maybe I should do this whole series. I feel like it can grow me as a rider so much, if that makes sense. And as it went on, I started getting like hungrier and hungrier to get a win. And I felt so ready for it at Beach and felt like I kind of got it taken away with my chain coming off. So coming here, I was like, oh, so amped for it. And I'm really glad I got it done today.
In our pro women overall standings, Erin Goldwyn takes third, Raina Logar second, and Callie Stewart taking home the championship.
My series has gone pretty much up and down. Started off with a win and then got hurt. It's just kind of been going up and down. I'm kind of happy with how it's been going. I did have a little bit of a slide out today trying to push it, but overall it's been pretty good.
Our pro men overall standings, David Kahn finishes third, Nick Fraser second, and Colin McKellier gets the championship title. Next up, this is Harlem Blair. This is hands down the fastest amateur category.
That's a wrap for our 2025 SRAM Downhill Southeast season, but that's not the end for U.S. Downhill this year. Join us as we head out west for our second leg of the Monster Energy Pro Downhill Series. Till then, on behalf of myself and the whole crew here at Downhill Southeast, we want to thank you for supporting U.S. Downhill.